Timely's accessibility to inputs is one major cornerstone when we speak to agriculture as a formidable business, where we are saying that getting access to inputs that have passed through the various stages of certification up to there when they are registered to show that they are a legit product is very essential when it comes to farming in Zimbabwe. At times, our Zimbabwean farmers fall prey to individuals such as rent seekers, makoronyera, looking to make a living off of unsuspecting farmers. But today we are going to be looking at the accessibility of inputs from reputable organizations that are partnering with the government of Zimbabwe through the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development right here in Zimbabwe. We are seeing fertilizers undergo through laboratories where they are tested, certified and registered as those that can be used within the Zimbabwean soil. Today we are coming to you from BANKET, where we are looking at accessibility of inputs to Zimbabwean farmers. This and more on Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030 this evening. Stay tuned. At this point in time, I've taken the liberty of inviting Munyaradzi Mulambo. He is the Sales and Marketing Executive with SUNRAY Corporation here in Zimbabwe. Munyaradzi, thank you so much for taking your time to accommodate us all the way from Harare. Today we are coming to you from BANKET. We are interacting at one of your depots here in BANKET. Now, as we get into our discussion, Munya, just a brief synopsis, or I would say that in line with educating our Zimbabwean farmers, the importance or the critical role that the agricultural retailers or wholesalers play in line with ensuring that there is inputs accessibility, incapacitating farmers through providing the inputs that are necessary for production.
Thank you, Waza. Thank you. It's nice to see you again. So, timely access to inputs is one of the most critical enablers of agricultural growth. My farmers are not inputs as and when they need them. Kana mvura ikatonaya asipo, it means achatodiwe. So as SUNRAY, we realized the importance of having my branches in the most productive regions in the country. Take through my farmers some of the branches that we have. Harare, 3 branches. If you know 4th Street, Kona Robert Mugabe, and 4th Street, Teresa branch pop-up. Lechipirira chorimo zvekare iko kuna 4th ikoko tine rimwe branch panonzi pana Kenneth Kaunda and Wayne Street tine branch redu ipapo pane Seedco paya. Lechitatu riri kuma industry ku Workington number 36 Douglas Road, Workington in Harare. Then tine rimwe branch patiri panapa nhasi in Mashonaland West. So Mashonaland West takabva tangorowa kubva kuna kwekutanga kwalo magundu kusvika kwekupesira kwayo tiri panapa BANKET pama silos tiripo pano. Then we are also in Chinoi. Then in Karoi tiripo pamudadi complex we are also there. Saka Mashonaland West yese takaibata, but tirimo zvikare Mashonaland Central tine mabranch maviri. Tine mabranch momvurwi uchingopinda mvurwi you will see our branch there. Then tine rimwe branch zvikare mupindura uchangopinda pane railways apo pane branch redu riri ipapo. Then zvekare Mashonaland East kwatiri ku last week ku Marondera, we also have a branch there 350 Birmingham Road. Mamurewa tirimo zvekare ukasvika pamurewa center chaipo unotongoona branch redu ipapo. Then tine branch zvekare kuchiredzi uko for our sugarcane farmers vanoda urea yakavhenekwa. You can get your urea from our branch there. You can get your ammonium nitrate panonzi pa Maruwa complex, Maruwa milling complex vanopaziva paimboitwa zvekumila hupfu kudhara. Then kuBulawayo tine mabranch maviri. You'll see kuti takavhura rimwe branch panonzi pa Amtek zvekare kona 12th Avenue na Robert Mugabe Way, as well as kunonzi number 26 Dongesta Drive kunonzi ku Belmont East. That's the industrial area yeBulawayo. So we are everywhere. We now have about 15 branches. Lekupesira branch redu, it's a franchise branch rimbare pa OK complex up. Vari manenge vachida kutenga vachipinda mumabhazi vachienda kumaruzeva. You can get your quality inputs, your quality fertilizer from that branch as well.
Now, Munya, you would find that there are times whereby our farmers end up losing money due to the availability or the unveiling of fake products. But when we are looking at organizations such as SUNRAY Corporation, we are speaking of a reputable source to acquire your inputs. We are talking of a product that has gone through the various stages of certification up to registration, where we are saying the government can attest to the fact that these products are legit. So now, Munya, can we talk about those irresponsible decisions that some of our Zimbabwean farmers and the cost or the gravity of their actions when it comes to acquiring fertilizers from Makoronyera, cutting corners, trying to save money? Let's talk about that in line with accessibility to reputable or legit inputs.
Thank you, Ada, for the question. At SUNRAY, we are complementing the mantra government to take farming as a business or treat farming as a business. So, for example, you uri murimi waenda ku bank wapiwa $500 loan to start your farming venture. Atide kuti uwaste mari yoyo on a product this certified. Imagine buying a bag of fertilizers, thinking kuti mune fertilizer imo muine jecha, muine mavu. At the end of the day, it costs the farmer. That's why we have set up SUNRAY farmer centers. At not EU, they are the citadels of quality product. They are the home of product that you can trust on. Atinama fertilizers is also Trema fertilizers, but we also have other partners where partners who shops be it ma chemicals, be it seed, be it workwear, etc. Tinazo high quality. You can buy, kana usina kufara nazo, you can come back with a receipt or check in with the chicha. We can carry out my investigations on what would have happened rather than going to Makoronyera trying to cut corners. Corners of pezisira warasikir wanemari yako semurimi wakupinda msukwereti. You are now getting into a debt trap. Business, which is a sad situation. So at not visit my SUNRAY farmer centers where you can trust the product that you are buying, where you can verify, where you can buy my product are registered and verified.
Now, Munya, the fact that here in BANKET, the government of Zimbabwe found it suitable to establish the Grain Marketing Board, where we have silos with a very huge carrying capacity, it speaks to the fact that BANKET, Mangura, Lions Den, they are famous for grain production. Our soya beans, our maize, our wheat. This is where we are talking of sustainable and profitable grain production. I understand that we are now in December and we do have some of those farmers who are still running to try and establish either their maize, their soya beans and other grain products. Looking at what we are talking about, for a farmer who's looking to invest in maize production, what is he going to get in line with fertilizers from the basal dressing, top dressing, any supplements, the seed, protective clothing, etc.? What would be the package that will be presented to a farmer who's looking to establish his or her maize crop this 2025-2026 summer cropping season?
Thank you, Adza, for this question. Takazvona isusu zviri necessary kuti establish muno National and West, especially more BANKET muno, because it is the home of agricultural production. No monopolitical production area on a both commercial scale and also smallholder farmers are able. So why not assist these guys by being close to them and offering them high quality inputs so that they are also successful in their endeavors. Be it if you walk into a BANKET shop as a commercial farmer, you are also likely to see, or not likely to see, you are going to see everything you need in a one-stop shop in terms of fertilizers, in terms of seed, in terms of workwear, in terms of everything that you need to get to be successful in your agricultural endeavors. So tukurudzira farmers yese, be it commercial farmers are big, tinayo stock yacho fertilizers, or be it smallholder farmers wakurima to 1 or 2 hectare plots, tinao fertilizers out.
Right, Munya uchiripa hapo kumurimi wechibage fertilizer api takatarisana nechibage tisataenda kusoya beans kuna nanzungu nezvimwe zvakadaro. Murimi wechibage fertilizer ipi yepasi yaungatotaura iripo, top dressing nesupplement yaungatokurudzira kuti munhu arida kurima chibage muna 2025 izvi ndo zvawakatarisana nazvo izvi?
All right, thank you Wadza for the question. Traditionally vanhu vajaira kushandisa deep blend. Tinayo deep blend zvekare 7-14-7 inowanika mushop medu mu SUNRAY farmer center BANKET at an affordable price. But tine zvekare inonzi cereal blend. Vamwe varimi vanoitya cereal blend 623-23, but it's one of the blends dziri kushandiswa nema-commercial farmers dzavari kuripota as giving them yields akanaka. So if you walk into our shop, we've got 2 varieties, you've got 2 options for your basal. You've got your deep blend, but you can also get your cereal blend. Then kana uchida kuita top dress, we've got our urea. Tinayo urea iri kuwanika pa branch pedu, as well as your ammonium nitrate 34.5% iripo zvekare product yamunogona kuimba nayo.
Thank you so much for that. On that note, viewers, we've come to the end of the first segment. We're going to go on a short commercial break. But right back with this and more in the second segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, farmers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. We are here in the second segment where we are looking at accessibility to inputs. We are not just speaking of accessibility, but those fertilizers, chemicals, and even seeds that have gone through the various stages of certification up until registration, where there is traceability and the government attesting to the fact that this is a viable, legit product that can be used by Zimbabwean farmers. Now, viewers, encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with the producer Wadzanai Manyore so 0772807506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page Agribusiness with Wadzanai, make a follow-up on this episode and more, and leave your comments and suggestions. They are most welcome to us. Our YouTube channel is Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We're also now available on X, formerly known as Twitter, so Agribusiness 110. On LinkedIn, we have a thriving, growing professional community where most of these discussions and updates do take place. Our profile there is at Wadzanai Manyore. Now we are going to be looking at the foliar fertilizers, which are coming in as supplements in this segment. Stay tuned. At this point in time, I've taken the liberty of being joined by a sales agronomist, Chipo Marowa, who's working here at SUNRAY Depot as a sales agronomist. Chipo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, come on. How are you, Adza?
Yes, as we get into our discussion, Chipo, you would find that generally the Zimbabwean farmers are now embracing foliar fertilizers. The use of foliar fertilizers, its importance, and the fact that they do yield better when it comes to the maximization of their yields per given unit area. Pachikam Chinoichi Chipo, I want you to talk to us in line with the foliar fertilizers that you would recommend as Zimbabwean farmer for the 2025-2026 summer cropping season.
Thank you, Adza. So my products are now foliar fats tine imwe inonzi phytofulvic. This phytofulvic, it's a fertilizer, it's a liquid fertilizer. Inokwanisa kushandiswa pakudyara. Inobatsiridza kuita kuti zvirimwa zvedu zvikwanise kuwana kudya kubva muvhu. Nekuti iyo ine yatinoti pachirungu chelating mechanism yekuti inoita kuti zvirimwa zvedu zvikwanise kuwana fertilizer inenge iri muvhu. So iyi tinoishandisa pakudyara. Zvakare inobatsiridza kuti zvirimwa zvedu zvikwanise kugerminate, kumera kuya kwatinoda patine tichidyara
kusimuka zvine simba.
Exactly, ndizvo chaizvo.
Germination vigor.
Exactly. So iyo zvakare inowedzera organic matter to the crop, zvinoita kuti chirimwa chedu chizokure zvakanaka nekuti chine chichiwana kumwe kudya from the organic inenge ichiwanikwa muvhu redu. Toenda zvakare pane imwe product yedu yatinayo inonzi BioKelp. Iyi BioKelp tinoishandisa zvakare ngeti zvirimwa zvedu zvadyarwa kana kuti takunotransplant. This product inobatsiridza iyo kuti tidzinge stress inowanikwa pakutransplant. So with BioKelp inotikwanisa kubatsira izvo.
Painobva kuseedbed paya yakuenda kumain field inenge ichida kubatsiridzwa kuti isavhunduke main field kubva museedbed.
Ndizvo chaizvo ndo zvainotibatsira izvozvo. Then toita another product yatinayo inonzi Dynamob. Dynamob kazhinji kacho ino container the two major elements dzedu dzatinadzo, which is the molybdenum and boron. So this product inobatsiridza fruit set yechirimwa chedu. So inobatsiridza iyo chirimwa kuti chikwanise kukura zvakanaka nekuti chine chakwanisa kuseta maruwa akawanda uye akanaka. So tikada kutarisa semolybdenum inoshandiridza iyo pakuitira kuti the nitrogen ikwanise kugadziriswa zvakanaka ichitorwa nechirimwa muvhu, uye pane zvirimwa zviya zvinoita nitrogen fixation zvakaita sema legumes edu zvinokwanisa kuzova ne nitrogen fixation kana zvichinge zvawedzerwa nemolybdenum. So this fertilizer iyi liquid tinoikuza tinokurudzira kuti isprayiwe kuzvirimwa zvedu kana zvichinge zvasvika pastage yekuti zvakunotanga kubuditsa maruva.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much Chipo for that. Muchidimbu mashoko ako ekurudziro. Ndoziva kuti varimi vakawanda pavanopinda vanokwanisa kuvhunduka kuona fertilizer iri kunzi iri mukagubhu kakadai. Ivo vajaira kuona zisaga rinenge rakakura kudai. Seagronomist zvakanakirei kuuya nemasupplements iwayo. Ende ibva wataura panyaya yekuti dzimweni dzenguva varimi vanobva vatoti mafertilizer ataura ari mukagubhu ako kureva kuti ndakutosevha pamari yetransport. Saka aya masaga ndaakutosiya. Zvinoreva izvo here kuti kana munhu aenda kumafoliar feti abva atosiya zvemasaga izvi. Mashoko ako ekurudziro uchingotaura nevarimi sezvo uchiswera uchishanda navo.
Varimi vedu tinovakurudzira kuti vashandise mafoliar fertilizer aya as a supplement, kwete kuti vakutoregedza edu atajaira anenge aine the major nutrients, the NPK yedu yatinoda pamabasal fertilizer, even matop dressing fertilizer. Tiri kuti iyo ngaishande as a supplement kuwedzera tumwe kudya kunowanikwa mumafoliar fats kusingakwanise kuwanikwa muuwandu kana kuzoramba turimo muvhu kubva kumabasal fertilizer edu. Maybe tikutaura zvakaita sana borone nanamolibdenam matrace element iwayo ekuti haakwanise kuwanikwa maybe kudhi yedu kana kusi, but tikazosupplementa chirimwa chedu chakura ndokuti zviite zvakanaka. Zvinofaita izvo nzara iya yakawanzika yekuti maybe tatoisa mafertilizer edu akakwana kana kuti akawanda asi haasi kukwanisa kushandiswa kana kutorwa muvhu nekuda kwekuti chirimwa chedu chine stress yachinacho panguva iyoyo kana kuti chasangana rimwe dambudziko rachinayo rekuti ivhu redu harina kumira zvakanaka, maybe in terms of pH. That is why tichizosupplementa neiwayo as mafoliar fats kuti akwanise kupinda muchirimwa through mashizha otanga kufambiswa zvakanaka mukati mechirimwa chedu achifamba zvakanaka.
Iwo pakushandidzana kwaunoita nevarimi ndoziva kuti patova neukama ipapo vanotoziva kuti ukaenda kuBanket kuna anonzi Chipo. Mashoko ekurudziro aungataura pakuva neukama hwakanaka nekuti ndoziva kuti iwe sales agronomist you are also offering technical support, you are also offering advice as well as introducing mamwe matechnologies amunenge mutori nawo sekambani kuti mamuchizviziva here kuti varimi pari zvino vakati vaakushandisa zvakadai kuSouth Africa vaakutodai. Uri agronomist, basa rako nderekuita maresearch nekusangana nekutandara nevarimi. Zvakanakirei kuti murimi ave neukama hwakanaka newe semudhumeni, ave anosununguka kwete kuti atobve kwaanobva atori nezvinhu zvake zvaari kuziya iye. Zvakanakirei kuti auye aine moyo wekudzidza wekuda kudzidziswa newe semudhumeni weSUNRAY.
Izvozvo tinozvikurudzira varimi vedu kuti vauye vaine chidokwa chekudzidza nekuti nekufamba kuri kuita technology zvinhu zvakawanda zviri kuita zvichichinja. Saka tinoona kuti mamwe mazita emamwe maproducts ataiziva kudhara anogona kunge asisimo mumarket kana kuti akavandudzwa asi ava nerimwe zita.
But the active ingredient ingori the same.
Exactly. Saka izvozvo ndo zvatinechikurudzira varimi kuti chakakosha ndechekuti vanzwisisa mashandisirwo uye panoshanda product yavanenge vachitenga. Saka isu semasales agronomist ndo zvatinowanza kuedza kuyanana nevarimi tichivaonesa new technology yaveko uye mashandisirwo azvinokwanisa kuitwa pamunda.
Mukunaya kwemvura ino tichipetera chirongwa chedu Chipo, varimi vari kunyanyomhanya kutengei. Iwo ndiwo unoswera uchitandara nawo zvauri kuona zvavari kunyanya kuda. Nondoziva kuti zviri kudiwa izvozvo vamwe vari kupedzisira vaenda kumikoto, vamwe vari kupedzisira vaenda kuna fourth uko kwavanonotsotswa. Zvavari kunyanya kuda zvaungavakurudzira kuti vawane from reputable sources, reputable organizations sei?
Tinokurudzira varimi vedu kuti saizvozvi vanhu vari kutenga vari kumhanyidzana nemabasal fertilizer ekudyarisa aya. Saka tinechivakurudzira kuti vauye vachitenga muzvitoro zvakaita sedu seSUNRAY. Tinotengesa maproducts akanaka atinoziva kuti ari original, atishandise macounterfeits. So vanomhanya vaya kuzoenda kumukoto mutengo unogona kunge wakaderera asi watengeserwa chinhu chisiricho, zvozopesera toti chakachipa chinodhura nekuti watenga zvisiririzvo. Uyai kuSUNRAY tikutengeserei mafertilizer, mbeu nemishonga yese tinayo kusanganisirayo mafoliar fertilizer atandichataura nezvawo.
Ndoda kutenda zvikuru Chipo nekutora mukana uno kuya pachirongwa uchidzidzisa varimi wakatarisana nevari muno muBanket unoswera uchitandara navo uchibatsira. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you, Adzanai.
There you heard it, viewers. On that note, we have come to the end of the second segment. We're going to go on a short commercial break, but right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, farmers, for staying tuned to Agriculture and New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. Today, we are coming to you from BANKET, where we are having one of those reputable organizations establishing a depot to ensure that you are getting access to reputable inputs that are certified, that are registered. The farmers themselves, include the government, they can attest to the fact that these products are reputable. They've been registered. The government of Zimbabwe is in full knowledge of the fact that these products are on the market. Munya, we are here in the third and final segment. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Wadzanai.
As an organization, why did you see it befitting to introduce foliar fertilizers as well? I understand that our Zimbabwean farming community is used to our granular traditional fertilizers. But as an organization, you are also partnering with other organizations to ensure that in terms of fertilizer, we have our normal fertilizers, the traditional ones, but also new technologies that are coming in the form of foliar fertilizers. Why was it important for you?
Thank you, Wadza. So market yedu ye agriculture at the present moment is congested with a lot of products. This is verified, this is registered, this is tested. Uchaona kuti imo mafoliar fertilizers ukapinda mukati makoronyera or even mamwe acho anenge akutopinda mumashops ari reputable chaicho. Uchaona mazita akawanda anenge akangonyorwa zvakasiyana siyana pama product. Mafarmers edu ari kungotengeserwa achingovimbiswa kuti ndo the genuine product and yet isiri. So takaona paine a gap, takaona paine opportunity of supporting the farmer through offering them genuine foliar products angachitarwa na chipo muchikamu chapfuura. Tine inonzi phytofulvic, tine dynamob, tine biokelp, inonzi phytopower grow. Some products they work in a cycle. Work in a cycle from the roots to the leaves to all the way to the crop to the fruit. Kuti fruiting ichibuda zvakanaka through our products that we offer at the
now
moment.
Munya, looking at your partnering with the government, you would find that speaking of Vision 2030, we have SDGs number 17, which speaks of public-private partnerships, where you are saying as a private entity, you are partnering with the government of Zimbabwe, which is the public sector. Looking at what you are doing as an organization to support the government's vision, where we are speaking of food security, attaining Vision 2030, being an upper middle class economy by year 2030, food sovereignty. How is your organization supporting the government's vision in line with the activities and the products that you have on the market?
Thank you, Wadza. So we are coming out of an El Nino-induced drought, as you know. So tukufana kutobuda imo takasimba, the country should be food self-sufficient, which is the government position. Atufana kungetine ma imports should be a taboo, should be something that's unheard of. Zimbabwe should be food self-sufficient. And isusu tikuti zvinotangira at the quality of the inputs atikuisa pa ground. Tinogara tichitaura isusu kuti when it comes to agriculture, what you put in is what you get out. You put in garbage, you get out garbage. So you need the right set of inputs to start with. Tukupa wanu seeds through our shops, through partner nema suppliers ema seeds. Kuna ma chemicals. Tudauti murime akwanise kuwana a full set of what he needs. Aine confidence yekuti zvaachaisa izvozvo pa ground ndo zvaachakohwa.
Now Munya, in line with import substitution, you would find that the crop soybean jumps to the top when we speak of issues of import substitution, the trade imbalance that is there, where we are saying we are importing soybeans into our country and yet our environment supports proper production of soybeans. We do have the comparative advantage when it comes, even the competitive advantage with regards to production of soybeans. When we speak of your support in issues surrounding import substitution, trade imbalance in line with soybean production, how is your organization partnering with the soybean farming community, especially in BANKET? I know BANKET is famous for soybean production.
All right, thank you, Wadza. So when it comes to the specific crop you mentioned as soybean, Tinema fertilizers are specifically meant, I thought my prescription blends are specifically meant for soybean. Tinema blends matatu. The first one ya tunonyanyo koshesa isusu kunogi 5-15-30. But trukuti kana uri a soybean farmer, waita ma soil test ako, urku wawea nima results ako, and if a specific prescription blend na urkuda, isusu SUNRAY to offer a service. Yekuti uyane specific prescription blend na urkuda, tunoku itira. Run a batch that's specific to your needs. tine ma-chemicals are proven. Tine partner, number one partner yedu panapa Polar Chem, but we also have Batch Chem. Ine ma-chemicals akasiyana aungange mchida mukuita soya beans, be it soya beans or any other crop, to now ma certified chemicals panapa ma tine confidence now to complement ma fertilizers edu to offer to the soybean growers, not only to the soybean growers but to maize growers as well as any other grains National and West.
Okay, now Munya, for our tobacco farmers here in Zimbabwe, they play a critical role when it comes to foreign currency generation. We are speaking as a country that just this 2024-2025 season, we did break the record. The set targets, we surpassed them as the tobacco industry. Looking at your support for tobacco producers, what do you have in store for them?
Thank you, Wadza. Kana ucha remember pakutanga ndati belt rema National and West takaribata rese kubva BANKET kusvika kuKaroi. So takaseta up mashops edu muma agricultural hubs, especially ayo anogrowa tobacco sterek. So you'd see that muKaroi tirimo nema varieties ma tobacco blends 515 12 wanoti C blend kana uti 628 23 wanoti high C tinadzo ma enough stocks imomo. Then we go also to Mvurwi. Taka set up also a shop so that we are also near the farmer. Sasa ndakambotaura shondora pfura dingindira tukufamba naro SUNRAY ndiri kuti mtsigiriwe hurudza. We are at the farmer is at the center of what we do, and we are the number one cheerleader of the farmer. We are the number one supporter of the farmer. Saka taka set up my branches anema tobacco blends muKaroi, muMvurwi nemuMarondera. Those three branches next year come April panovurwa ma floors will be well stocked up. Tingetine makomo fertilizer yawanoda yese.
Thank you so much, Munya, for taking your time to come onto our platform and educate the Zimbabwean farmer in line with the products that you have, as well as the technical support and advice, as well as the partnership that you are building with the government of Zimbabwe to address issues such as food security, to have our trade imbalance issues, import substitution. Everyone is catered for. And in BANKET, it is famous for grain production, soya beans, wheat, maize, which is why you established a depot here. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you, Wadza.
Thank you, farmers and aspiring farmers, for staying with us today on Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030, where we are looking at fertilizers which have gone through the various stages of certification through laboratories, analysis, testing, to ensure that they are legit and a Zimbabwean farmer can purchase and make a living off of their agricultural ventures using such inputs. This was the program today, coming to you from BANKET at one of SUNRAY's depots. Thank you for being with us. From me, your host, Zanai Manyora, I'm also on Instagram. It's at Wadzi110, and the crew behind the scenes. Thank you so much for joining us. Have yourselves a fabulous evening.